you all people. So for you, it is innovation is nothing but you are working not only in laboratories, outside the laboratories, outside the four walls of those labs, you come out with all your innovations, with your ideas, practically put before the public. Ultimately, all that you are doing is not only in your interest. There is a word called Swanta Sukhaya. Swanta Sukhaya means only for me, Sukh for me only, Swanta. But you are beyond that. It is not for your Sukh or your happiness or your satisfaction. It is for the other people, for the people of this state, Tamil Nadu, people of this country, that is Bharat, and overall for the humanity. Whatever you are doing today, it is in the interest of the humanity. And that is how we are inspired. That is why we are here today. Otherwise, we would have not been. It is not, you do not have a limited aim before you. Many a times I feel, how do I do for something for my state, for my people, for my country? What am I to do? I just remember one incident. It is not exactly incidents. I was just studying in my matriculation. I come from Goa. So that time the matriculation was 11th and not 10th. It was 11th was the matriculation for me. And it was the result was to be declared and it appears in the next day in the newspapers. We did not have any such electronic media or anything of that it is online, you can see it within next seconds. No, it was not so. So we were waiting for the results for the next day's newspapers. And by that time, newspapers used to tell us who are in the merit list. I never hoped that I will be in merit list. It was not my cup of tea, never. So it was, the next day I was watching, many of my friends, they were in the merit list. First 25 students who secured that time, it was 80% was very high percentage. Now even 99% is not high. There are still higher things, even 100%. But that time 80% was very high. And as I was sure that I was below 60, and it was true. I saw that next day in the newspapers, that all those numbers below 60. But many of my friends were in their merit list. And I congratulated them. I was very happy. I was not annoyed. And I did not felt very bad about that because I was not there in the list. I congratulated them and okay. After 10 years, suddenly it came to my mind, where are these people now? Where are my friends who had been there appearing in the newspapers, whose interviews were taken by the reporters, whose family members were appearing in the newspapers, teachers were there telling about those students, how meritorious he is, how studious he is, and everything was there. Where are these students today after 10 years? I don't know how it came to my mind. I was trying to find out. And very astonishingly, all of them were really they are doing very good in their particular profession. Some were employed in big multinationals. Some were doing something somewhere in our country itself, having a good bungalow, 2-3 imported cars, having a nice, beautiful wife, having children, and all were really enjoying their life. It came to my mind, is this our motto of being something in the state, in the family? That we will be, that is called Swanta Sukhaya. That is, yes, I am happy with everything that I have. I had been a meritorious student and that I am enjoying everything. That is, I am materialistic. I have everything. I have good children, I have good wife, I have good bungalow, I have 2-3 cars, everything, imported cars, all that thing. Really, I am enjoying. Is this the limited aim of ours to be here? Why have we come here? What I would be asking you is how you came here. I will not ask you how. But certainly I require yourself and myself why I am here. Why? That why has to be answered. If I answer that why, everything will be destined, everything will be determined. Everything will be, yes, this is my answer, why I am here. I am not for myself. I am here for the people of this state, people of the country, society. I owe many, many things to the society. Because of the society, because of the parents of mine, I have been here, and now let me do something for them. And that is exactly what you are doing here, my dear friends. You are doing it. And it is, as I said, it is not for your satisfaction. It is not for self-satisfaction. Tomorrow nobody will question you. Where were you when the Vikasit Bharat concept was being materialized? It was not just a vision. It is just not a dream. I tell you one more story. I am a good storyteller. I tell you, and then I will end. I will not bore you much. I know that. I also have limited time. For few years, I was in Mumbai. And that time I was working for an organization for few years. And I had made a friendship with one reporter. He was a good friend. He was working in Times of India that time in Mumbai. He is now unfortunately no more. This is a true story. And when we had been chatting someday, he told me one story. What was that story? Story of the Quit India movement during which his father lived. And they were staying in, there is a place called Girgaon in Mumbai. They used to stay there in Girgaon. And that time, Mahatma Gandhi had given a call to everybody, to people to come out on the streets and roads and gave a Quit India movement slogan. Quit India, Britishers, Bharat Chodo. Now you have to go, the time has come. And so everybody was so fascinated, inspired by this slogan of Mahatma Ji and all those people. They came out on the streets, left their studies, profession, families, everything, left their homes, and they were on the streets giving the warning to the Britishers. And this whole story was being told by my friend's father to my friend. It was being told after a few years back. And suddenly, my friend stopped his father and said, in Marathi they call Baba to father. So Baba, you just tell me now, all this was happening, everybody was on streets, everybody had left his profession, his family, his house, even his studies. Students had come on the streets asking the Britishers to quit India. Father, Baba, tell me, where were you that time? Where were you? He said, yes, my son, I was very well sitting in my house and watching all this movement through my window from my house. My friend tells me, I told my father, Baba, I am ashamed of you. I am ashamed of you. You should have been part of this movement. That would have made me much proud than anything else. Yes, I could tell my father was involved in this Quit India movement. My dear friends, tomorrow, the new generation or next generation should not ask us this question. And if at all they ask, we should be able to tell them, yes, my dear son, my dear daughter, I was very well there when Vikasit Bharat was happening. I was there. That is what we want. Tomorrow we will tell our next generation, my child, yes, I was there. I was very well the part of it. Maybe a squirrel's job, but I was there. My next generation should not feel ashamed of it. They should feel very proud. Yes, my parents were there. My parents were there. That Vikasit Bharat will be happening. It is not the dream of the person who sits in Delhi like by name Narendra Modi. It is not only his dream. It is dream of yours, it is dream of mine. So let us get involved in it. Let us do something for this country. And Vikasit Bharat is not only an economic concept. It is just not an economic concept. It is the Samagra Vikas, total development from all sides. In science, in medicine, in engineering, in culture, in education, societal reforms, everything. So all that reforms will be coming, that development, Vikas will be coming, that will be ultimately Vikasit Bharat by 2047. And that is exactly what we are doing here. I'm very happy to be here, I tell you again and again, because this is a very big instrument in the Vikasit Bharat journey. IIT Madras has played its role. It is known world over, not only in our country, it is known world over. We will have to do it and tell them, yes, we are there and we were there. That is how we have to look at. And this is what your Expo, Delta Expo, that we just will be seeing today. You have got many ideas. Let us put together everything in the interest of my people, in the interest of my country, in the interest of the humanity. Let everybody in the world say, yes, this particular innovation was from IIT Madras in the interest of humanity. Let everybody say. That is what I want to say, my dear friends. I know whether I could tell you something or not, I don't know. But certainly, I wish you all the best for your all ventures in the coming future. And Nandri, Namaskaram. For contribution. It is because of you that the dream of Vikasit Bharat has been put forth before us by our Honorable Prime Minister. And you are very well partners to it. You know what is to be done and how it is to be done. Ultimately, all these things which you do, innovate, renovate, startups, getting all those things. Just I was told about Agni, Cool. Yesterday it was told to me. All these fascinating ideas are true with you. These are realities with you people. For a person, a common person like me, it is just, it is a dream for me. But you are living that dream in a reality one. That is the difference between me and you all people. So for you, it is innovation is nothing but you are working not only in labs, laboratories, outside the laboratories, outside the four walls of those labs, you come out with all your innovations, with your ideas, practically put before the public. Ultimately, all that you are doing is not only in your interest. There is a word called Swanta Sukhaya. Swanta Sukhaya means only for me, Sukh for me only, Swanta. But you are beyond that. It is not for your Sukh or your happiness or your satisfaction. It is for the other people, for the people of this state, Tamil Nadu, people of this country, that is Bharat, and overall for the humanity. Whatever you are doing today, it is in the interest of the humanity. And that is how we are inspired. That is why we are here today. Otherwise, we would have not been. It is not, you do not have a limited aim before you. Many a times I feel, how do I do for something for my state, for my people, for my country? What am I to do? I just remember one incident. It is not exactly incidents. I was just studying in my matriculation. I come